Okay, the now we'll see like what is the purpose of overloading, sorry, not overloading, exception handling, let me give you one simple example. Let's suppose if you go for ATM, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what you will do, not ATM, let's suppose take when you are doing net banking, let's suppose if you want to transfer funds from your account to some different account.
Mm-hmm.
So there is two activities we are doing, right? First, what we are doing, we are debiting amount from your account. After that, we need to credit the same amount to some different account, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yes.
suppose you debited account. After that, you are not able to credit to some different account. This is one issue. Let's suppose while crediting the account, something happened.
Mm-hmm.
So either of the issue is failed, right? It's an issue, right?
Yes,
So we
yes.
need to, if you're not able to credit the amount to different account, then you need to reload the amount to your original account.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Yes.
is one scenario. And there is some other scenario is, um, let's suppose while you are doing a activity, you are trying to connect a server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you are trying to connect a server, but you are not able to connect the server due to some issue.
Okay.
So in this case, we need to display some proper message to the end user. So we
Mm-hmm.
are not able to. Please try after some time, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So these are the some scenarios, and we will see some other scenarios. I mean, what are the possible exception scenarios is to come in Java programming, and how to handle that one, and how to display a proper message to the user.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are the some brief introduction about what is the use of exception handling.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So let me create a new Java project. Yeah. So I create a simple Java project exceptions demo. So
Mm-hmm.
inside that, right, what I want to do, I want to create a simple class.
Okay.
Okay, let me create a class. So I given the class name as exception demo, and I'm and I'm trying to give a package name dot com dot exception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a simple class I created. Inside that, it's a normal mail method is there. So what I want to do here, so I want to calculate a sum of two numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So two numbers you will get as an input, and every time you have to calculate the sum and you have to return.
Yes. Okay.
So how many numbers you will you are giving?
Two.
Sometime you will give two, sometime you will give three. So based on that numbers, whatever you are getting from the input, you need to calculate sum and you need to give back. I mean the sum of the sum, not some average of that numbers to the user.
Okay.
Let's suppose if you get two numbers, you need to calculate the average of the two numbers and you need to give back. Okay, this is a simple example. So for that purpose, right, first what I had to do, I had to write a simple method. Public int get average.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here, right, I'm taking two numbers as a input, integer a comma integer b. So these are the two numbers as an input, and as part of results, what I had to do, integer a vg equal to, I need to take first what I had to do, first I had to do sum a
Mm-hmm.
plus b. After
Mm-hmm.
that, what I had to do, I had to do the average.
Yes.
Now I calculated the average. After that, what I had to do, I had to return the average.
Yes.
Return avg. So this is one of the simple example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I had to call this average method from my main function, main method.
Yes.
So main is a static, so I had to keep here static. Otherwise, I had to create an object, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So here, what I'm trying to do, trying to call the average function, and I'm passing two numbers, 10, comma
Mm-hmm.
10, comma 10. Two numbers I'm passing. Okay. Now what it will return? It will return an integer avg.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got an average. Now I'm trying to display the average. Average.
Um,
Yeah.
what was the static method again?
So why you were asking why this keyword?
Yes. Yes.
So this is a static method, right? So
Yeah.
whenever you're trying to access any static members from the static method, it should be a static.
No, no. What is the use? I mean, I'm asking like, what is a static method? Like, what kind of methods are static? I forgot actually.
Oh, there is a rule, right? Let's suppose this is the static method, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's suppose if you are trying to access any members any members, it's located in outside of this method.
No, no,
Then,
no.
huh?
I'm asking what is a static method? Like, the static method. What does it mean? We have we're using the static keyword in methods, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
So, what does that mean exactly? Does that mean that value cannot be changed?
No, no, no. That is, you can able to access this method without creating any object. That is the one purpose. That makes sense.
Not quite. No, no. I'm asking how do we define a static method, right?
The static method, you have to keep a static keyword. So let's
Okay.
suppose that is the only difference.
So, what is the difference between a static method and a regular method?
Yeah. So let's suppose just remove this one. This is the regular method, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does it now I can able to access this method?
No, 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 no.
So why?
No.
Because this is a static method
Mm-hmm.
and this is non-static method.
So, okay. So, you're using static keyword only for it to be accessed from
Correct,
main.
correct, correct, correct. Only for that purpose. Otherwise, what I had to do, I had to create an object for this class. How to create an object? New
Mm.
demo manager dot.
Okay, okay.
So first what I did, I created an object. From
Mm.
that object, I'm calling this method. And it
Okay,
will return average, and that average I am trying to print here. This is the second approach.
okay, okay,
So if you don't want to create an object, then make it as a static, then you can call directly.
okay, okay.
Okay, this is clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let me run and we'll see the results what we'll get. So we are getting average is 10.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I mean, this is perfect, right? The program is executing properly and we are getting proper results.
Yes, yes.
Okay, say for instance, as a developer, he did a mistake. Just assume instead of 2, he had given a 0.
Mm-hmm.
So now let me run it and let's see what we will get. So it's failed basically. Program failed and we are not able to display any proper message to the user. We are displaying some red lines.
Yes, yes.
So it's displaying exception in thread main java.lang.exception / divided by 0.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So this message we used to get in a calculator also, right? Whenever we are trying to divide any number by 0, it's displaying infinite symbol.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but there we are displaying some proper message like infinite symbol. But here we are not displaying any some proper message. We are displaying a big message. End user don't know. If you display this message to the end user, he will be confused. What happened? Something went wrong. What is not displaying some proper message, right?
Yes.
So end user don't know what is divided by 0. What is, you don't know anything. You don't know arithmetic exception. You don't know anything. So what is the arithmetic exception? We should not divide by 0 any number.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a proper rule, right?
Yes.
So that is one of the, this one we used to call the program is failing and JVM is raising an exception.
Okay.
Okay, whatever code you have written, it's not the right one, it is failing, and the reason is, this is the reason, it is telling arithmetic exception. So you should not divide by 0 mean any number. So that is the meaning of this exception.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
so now what happened, JVM will create an object, and it will create an object of type except arithmetic exception, and it will throw back.
Mm-hmm.
So then what we have to do, we have to receive the exception, and based on that exception we have to display a proper message to the user.
Mm-hmm.
So now exception is ready. So this is the exception created by JVM.
Yes.
So now we have to receive the exception. How to receive this kind of exceptions, and how to send back a proper message to the user.
Mm.
So we
Okay.
should not send the same message. So that is my main goal.
Mm.
Okay, now let me write some more lines to receive these exceptions.
Mm.
So okay, how to identify where this kind of exception will come. So this is one scenario. Whenever this is one simple scenario, whenever you are trying to do any, arithmetic operations like a divided.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, better try to provide a some lines whatever I'm going to tell, so that if anything happened, you can able to catch these kind of exceptions, and you can give back to the user a proper message.
Okay.
Okay, let's suppose let me take the input whatever we are getting here. Right now I'm hard coding here 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me take this input also from the user.
Okay.
Okay, user need to give now 3 numbers,
Okay.
10 comma 10 comma 2.
Mm.
Okay, now all the numbers A, B, C we are getting from the user, and we are performing the operation.
Yes.
Okay, now just assume user is giving 0. By
Okay.
mistakenly user given input as a 0.
Okay.
Now if you run it, what will happen? It's failing now also.
Mm.
Okay, now what I had to do to solve this issue, to give a proper message to the user, I had to write some more lines. That lines are try, and open bracket, close bracket. After that we have to write
Catch.
some catch. So what inside the catch, what we have to write? So here we are doing arithmetic operations, right? So all arithmetic operations may throw arithmetic exception, may,
Mm-hmm.
just our assumption.
Okay.
Okay, now we are handling, let me format it. Okay, so what we have to do, whatever line you are expecting to throw the exception, we have to keep that line under try block.
Okay.
Okay, after try we have to write catch block. If any exception happen inside this block, inside the try, so the JVM will create an object, it will throw back.
Okay.
So we have to receive that exception from the catch block.
Mm.
So this is the exception. So JVM will assign that exception object to this
Mm.
arithmetic exception. Then we have to receive that object. If you want to print that, what you have to print here? What you have to print? Exception.
Mm.
Exception occurred. And
Mm.
what is the message of that exception? JVM will give some information to you,
Mm.
just for developer purpose. So you dot get message. So this is the exception, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is the exception object reference E. So you can give anything.
Yes.
I had given EX. Okay, EX. So EX dot get message. So what is the purpose of, what is inside the exception object? There is a field called message. If you get this message, right, so you can able to get some information why my program failed.
Okay.
So that is useful for developers.
Got it.
So after that you can return integer avg equal to 0.
Mm.
Okay, don't declare here. I declared average variable on the top.
Mm.
Okay, after finally you have to return the value.
Mm.
Once the
Okay.
program execution successfully, you have to return the value.
Okay.
Okay, now let me run, and let me see what we will get it. See now what happened? It is telling exception occurred,
Okay.
divided by 0, and average equal to 0.
Got it.
So
Okay.
now we can able to display some proper message to the user.
Mm.
Now
Okay.
user knows exception occurred. So instead of this one, you can display some proper message like don't pass 0 as input.
Mm.
So instead of that message, you can display this message.
Okay,
So if
okay,
you pass 0 as input, you will get average 0.
okay.
So now user can able to understand this one, right?
Yes, yes. Got it.
Okay. Now what by seeing this message, you will change the input. You will change input to some other value. Now
Mm.
let me run it and we will see what value I will get. Now I will get average.
Yes, yes.
Now
Got it.
program executed successfully, right?
Yes, yes.
So now no need to display that no exception, no need to display any other messages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, now go back to the failure scenario. Now what happened? Some again I here again user is passing the third parameter as a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let me run it. So now program failed and we are returning the value as a 0 and exception occurred. Don't pass 0. We are telling some message.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Let me write something here. Close DB connection. So why I am writing this statement? Okay, let's suppose inside this try block, I'm opening the database connection.
Mm-hmm.
Open DB connection means here I'm writing just a one system out, but in real time you can connect with the database. You can open the connection. After that, you can close the connection. These are the program lines we have to write.
Yes, yes.
So just for our understanding purpose, just I'm making. I'm giving a sysouts.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me run it and we will see. Okay, here I want to close the database connection
Mm-hmm.
once the operation is done successfully. The last statement is database connection
Yes, yes.
inside my try block. So first I had to get the database connection and I had to perform my operation, whatever I want to do.
Mm.
Then the last statement is I had to close my database connection.
Yes.
So this is my thing. Okay, now this is the input 10, 10 and 0. Okay, let
Mm-hmm.
me run it. So now see there, first I opened the database connection, then it is failed, and I'm returning average as a 0. Did I
So,
close? Yeah,
no.
but this statement was not happened. Means the
Mm-hmm.
database connection was not closed.
Yes, yes. It's
Okay,
not going back.
yeah.
That's it.
So once this exception occurred, right? If any
Mm-hmm.
statement failed in between, then directly the controller will reach to the catch block.
Yes, yes.
So it will try to execute these statements.
Got it.
So it will not execute rest of the statements.
Yes.
Okay, and let me pass now some valid scenario. So you see now database connection is opening and it is closing and average sum is returning. It is some kind of positive scenario.
Yes.
Okay, now at any point of time whether exception occurred or it's successfully executed, I have to close the database connection always,
Okay.
right? Otherwise its connection is still open, the system will, performance will become very slow. It will give
Okay.
performance issues. So we have to close the all resources connections, whatever you open. If you open any files or if you open any database connections, we have to close that one immediately once the usage is done.
Okay.
So that is the second problem. So how to solve this problem? How to do this cleaning activities once the operation is done in case of successful scenario or failure scenario.
Okay.
Okay. So for that purpose, there is a keyword called finally.
Okay.
Finally, finally. Okay. So this is the finally keyword. So what is the purpose of this finally keyword? So this finally block will execute always. After
Mm-hmm.
once the try is executed, either try block is executed successfully or not, the finally block will execute always.
Okay.
So let me. So these kind of activities can be done inside the finally block.
Okay.
So why? Because this finally block will execute always, whether
Okay.
exception occurred or not.
Got it.
Okay, that's what we are doing, all these kind
So
of.
the structure is try catch finally, right?
Yes, this is the same, I mean, order we have to follow. First is try, followed by catch, and finally it is an optional.
Mm-hmm.
If you are opening any files or if you are opening any database connection, then only you can use finally.
Yes.
Okay, but let's suppose, say for instance, let me uh, I comment out, I mean, what I did, I comment out I mean that catch block, right? But still there is no compilation issues.
Okay.
Why? Because finally is there. Let me comment out finally also. What is this? Yes, no, finally I commented, right?
Yes.
So it is throwing syntax error. So
Okay.
whenever you are writing any try block, it is expecting either catch or finally.
Got it.
So, and the order is same. This is the order we have to follow. Let's suppose if you have written only finally, and you can written after try.
Okay.
Okay. Let's suppose if you are returning both try, catch, and finally, we have to follow this order.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now let me run it and we will see one positive and negative scenario. Now it is positive, right? So user is giving a proper input. So now we have to see only one statement, average. That's all. And database closing successfully. So three
Okay.
statements: opening the database connection and closing the database connection and sum of the average.
Yes.
Yes, this is fine, right? Opening DB connection, close DB connection, and average.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me pass some negative scenario inputs. Okay. Now let me run it. So now what happened? When we are opening the database connection, something happened. We are not able to connect or something.
But we can close it still.
Yes. So due to user input, something happened. We are telling to user don't pass 0 as input, and after that immediately we are closing the database connection.
Yes.
After that we are returning average as a 0. This
Yes.
example is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now what I will give, I will give some different example. Okay. Let me give index exception. And just one more point here, right? Whether you are keeping try catch block or not, you will not get, we are not getting any exception.
Mm-hmm.
So that is only for our purpose, right?
Yes. Yes.
So when we can able to see this exception, when the program is running, then only we can able to see this exception, right?
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise we are not able to identify.
Yeah. The syntax is not wrong.
Yes, it's not giving any errors.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of exceptions we used to call as a runtime exceptions.
Okay.
So you can able to identify this exception only when program is running, then only we can able to see the exception. Otherwise we have to verify manually.
Got it.
So these exceptions we called as a runtime exception. The
Mm.
example is arithmetic exception.
Okay.
Okay, for runtime exception, I will give another example. Okay, let me create index exception demo. It's a simple class, and inside that I selected public static void main. Let me finish it. Okay, so here, right, what I want to do, I want to create an array, an array of elements.
Okay.
Okay, let me create an array, integer all. So this is the way to create an array. So integer means generally it will take only one element, right? But I'm creating array, so I can able to pass more than
One.
one element.
Mm.
12, 34, 5. So okay, 7. So total how many elements is there? 4.
Mm-hmm.
4, right? So whenever we are storing these elements to mean database or memory, right? Memory. So what JVM will allocate? It will give an index for every element. It's a number
Okay.
2, 3. So first element index is 0, and
Mm-hmm.
second element index is 1, and third element index is 2, and fourth element index is 3.
Yes.
So this is the indexing it will providing by JVM.
Mm-hmm.
So by using that index, you can able to receive the elements.
Yes.
Okay. So this is one simple array, and I want to write a method get number by index.
Okay.
So what you will do, what user will give, you will give you an array.
Mm-hmm.
So let me declare this array inside my method itself.
Okay.
Okay. So what user will give? User will give you an index. User will give you 0, 1, 2, 3 or some numbers. We have to give corresponding value.
Okay.
So that is the usage of this method.
Mm.
Okay. And we have to give integer as a back.
Mm.
Let me keep this one as a static.
Yes.
Now what I have to do? All of whatever we are getting as input, we have to give here, and I have to return this value.
Mm.
So this is a simple operation.
Yes.
So what this method is doing? So inside this method, we have a list of int elements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and every time you are receiving an input from the user,
Mm-hmm.
whatever user is giving the input, so we have to get corresponding index integer number.
Okay.
If user will give 0, we have to give 12. If user will give 1, we have to give 34. If user will give 2, we have to give 56. If user will give 3, we have to give back to him 7.
Okay.
And he will display corresponding index element.
Okay.
So what I will do, integer index value equal to get. So here I'm passing index as a 2.
Okay.
And now what I will do, I will display this value as part of my
Mm.
system out statement.
Okay.
Index value. Okay, this is clear, right?
Yes.
So let me pass 2. If I'm passing 2, what I can expect? 0, 1, 2. I can expect 56.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me run it and we will see what I will get. So I'm getting 56. This is perfect, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if I'll pass as a 3, so what I will get? 7. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me pass some. I'm passing 4.
Mm-hmm.
Did 4 index is there in the
No.
inside of our array?
No.
No. Let me run it and what will get it. So it's failed.
Mm-hmm.
It is telling index
Index
out of
code.
bounds exception. So
Okay.
inside the array, whatever you are looking for 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is no fourth element inside your array.
Got it.
Fourth index.
Mm.
So that's what our program is failing.
Okay.
Okay, then we have to display a proper message to the user. Please don't pass more than 3 as an index.
Okay.
So that user can able to understand. Then you will give a second time proper input.
Okay.
So this exception occurred only when we are running the program. Then only we can able to understand, right?
Yes.
So this is another example for runtime exception.
Got it.
So basically exceptions are 3 types.
Mm-hmm.
So let me write it for. Okay. One is exception and second one is error.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So inside exception, there is 2 types of exception. One is
Runtime exception.
runtime exception. So just now we saw some 2 examples, right?
Mm-hmm.
And another one is compile time exception.
Okay.
Okay. Now we just now we saw 2 examples for runtime exceptions, and after this I will show you some more examples for compile time exceptions.
Okay.
Then we will try to compare what is the difference between compile time exception and runtime exception.
Okay.
After that we will see what is error. Sometime you will get right out of memory.
Mm-hmm.
So we will create some. I will create some method, and I will write some wrong code, and which will raise error, runtime
Okay.
out of memory error.
Okay.
That is the second one, and third one is so far, right? Every time we are using, array index out of bound exception. It was created by JVM.
Okay.
So how to create our own exceptions?
Mm.
So that is the last one.
Okay.
That is the third one.
Okay.
Okay. So now go back to our original example. In this case, right, we are not displaying, we are not handling any this failure scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Means I'm not providing any try catch block here.
Okay.
So how to provide try catch again? Okay, let me write here. So I'm suspecting this, not this line. So this line might create that index out of bounds exception, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this particular statement, this particular statement is raising this exception, index out of bound exception, right? So
Yes.
for this particular statement, I want to provide try catch block.
Okay.
Okay, let me write try. After that, what I had to write? I had to write catch.
Yes.
So inside the catch, what is the possible exception? Array index out of bound exception. Did you see here?
Yes. Yes.
Clearly it is there. So I had to write the same thing. Array index out of bound exception message. And if you want to display this message, you can display.
Mm.
Please don't pass index more than 3.
Okay.
After that, we have to first what I had to do. I had to call this particular piece of code inside my try block.
Can we use multiple catch statements?
Yes, that is second example. I'll go slowly one by one.
Okay.
Okay. Integer index value equal to 0. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I will do, whatever the value I'm getting here, I will assign it to here. And finally, I will return that value here.
Okay.
So this operation is causing that issue, right? Index out of bound exception.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm writing this exception inside the try block.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the main, main agenda. So now let me run this program and we will see what is the value we will get. So what it is telling, please don't pass index more than 3.
Mm-hmm.
And index value you are getting as the default 0.
Got it.
So this is the some negative scenario and we are displaying a proper message to the user.
Got it.
Okay, now let me pass some valid scenario. Let me pass index as 1 and run this program. And now index value we are getting a proper, right? 34.
Yes.
Okay, this is positive scenario. It is working fine. Okay, and now the third point is, so here, right, every time I'm telling array index out of bound exception and arithmetic exception. So how, let's suppose if you don't know what kind of exception here, just assume here inside try block 100 lines is there.
Mm-hmm.
100 lines is there, and just assume you don't know what kind of exception may occur. You are not able to predict.
Yes.
So how to handle these kind of scenarios?
Mm.
So in that case, you can mention a global exception type called exception.
Mm.
So this is a super, first exception is a class, and below that there is so many other sub exceptions like arithmetic exception, index out of bound exception. These are the subclass of exception.
Okay.
So if you mention exception inside the catch block, it can able to receive all kind of exceptions. Whatever it's raising, it can able to receive.
Mm.
So let me go back and open this one. So this is a class arithmetic exception.
Mm.
Press control and just double click, then you can able to see this some piece of code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, arithmetic exception, it is extending, it's there is a class called runtime exception.
Mm.
Okay, let me go back to this runtime exception, and runtime exception is a extending
Exception.
so the super class is
Exception.
So that's what I'm mentioning here. There is
Mm.
an exception. So
How did you click it?
how,
How?
How do
How
you?
how were you able to go click like that?
Yeah, press Control and
Okay.
just keep cursor on the top of the keyboard, whatever you want to see. Then
Okay.
you will get that hand symbol.
Got it.
If you remove the control, see now the symbol is different. If you
Okay.
press the controller and you will get the hand symbol and just one click.
Got it.
So now I will tell you one more point. So whenever you are trying to install JDK, right?
Mm-hmm.
There I told you 2 points. One is there is a checkbox. Um, source code. If you select this drop down as an installable, then it will take 120 MB and it will install source code. I told you, right?
Yes, yes,
So if you selected that option, then you can able to see the source code.
yes.
If you didn't select it that time when you are trying to install, then you are not able to see this source code.
Got it.
So that is the purpose. When I was trying to install the starting time, then I told you this point.
Mm-mm.
So this is the source code developed by that some people.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Okay, close it and close it. So all these classes are developed by some people. It's not developed by. So this is the class developed by ourselves. And
Okay.
rest of the keywords, this exception and this index auto arithmetic exception, these are developed by some people.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now go back to this example. So this is the way to give a generic message.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't know what kind of exception will come, then you can write blindly exception. Then it will receive the exception and it will process that exception.
Got it.
Okay, let's suppose now in this case, you know, right, what kind of exception it will come. It may
Yes.
throw a type of index out of bound exception. So
Mm.
whatever you are expecting, first write your assumption, catch.
Mm.
You are expecting array index out of bound exception E. If inside that you can mention, please don't pass. You know, this exception very well. So that's what you are writing. If this kind of exception will come, array index out of bound exception, so only this catch block will be executed
Yes.
and you will display this message. Let's suppose some unknown exception came.
Mm.
Unknown exception mean it is not raising array index, it is raising some other exception.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, this catch block will not execute. It will execute this catch block.
Okay. Okay.
So then you have to display some unknown exception occurred.
Mm.
So it's a generic one, right?
Yes.
Please try later.
Okay.
So now index out of bound. Let's suppose if you got index out of bound. So now this scenario will give you an index out of bound exception, right?
Yes.
Let me give and let me run it. Now this is very proper message. Please don't pass index more than 3.
Yes.
Okay, now let me give proper index as a 2. So this is successful message.
Okay.
Now let me run it. So now you are getting only index value.
Mm-hmm.
This is proper. So let me write a, a second line here. Integer 100 divided by integer x equal to 100 divided by 0.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a some, you didn't notice it, this statement, just assume. So now let me run it. So it is a failure statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
let me run it and let me go back. See what is showing, some unknown issue occurred, please try later.
Got it. Okay.
Why? Because you have not taken care of this exception.
Yes.
Okay, so if you have seen this statement, then you have to provide what kind of statement, that one, arithmetic exception.
Yes.
Catch arithmetic exception. Here we have to write don't divided any number by 0.
Okay.
By 0.
So,
Yeah.
will we be able to use this catch exception anywhere? Like, can we have some code in between the catch exception and then
Yes,
like
yes,
there
yes.
are three catch exceptions, right?
Yes,
So
that is up to based on your usage. You can do. You
okay,
can write.
we have this return in val
Yes.
statement is there, right?
Yes. Okay.
Can we put that after the first catch exception?
Yes. There is a rules is there. I will tell you that one slowly, one by one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so these are the specific exceptions, right? Array index out of bound,
Yes.
arithmetic. These are the some specific exceptions, right?
Yes.
Now let me run it, and we will see. See now, see what happened. Don't divide it by 0. It's a proper message, right?
Got it. Yes.
Okay. Now what happened? Let me change this one to on the top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping this one as a first. See now
Okay.
what happened?
Oh,
It is not allowing. Why? It is. Let me see this one.
because it's a common exception.
Yes. Yes. See the just if you read that message, unreachable catch block.
Okay, all the other catch blocks will not be able to reach.
It's a super class, right? Whatever exception it's raising, it will receive always.
Yes, yes, got
Then
it.
what is the use of these lines?
Yes, yes, I understand.
No use. So the rule is here. So whenever you are writing any specific exception, any specific catch blocks, it should be on the top,
Okay, okay,
and the generic exception should be the last.
got it.
So whatever exception it is trying to raise, if it is not able to match, then it will go to the
Top.
last one.
Last one, last one. Sorry.
So this is one rule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just you have to keep in your mind. After that, finally. So that is finally it's up to you. That is an optional. And like you asked, right, inside the catch block, can I write something? Inside the catch block, you can write any logic. There is no issue. Okay.
What I was asking
No,
was
I got
because
it written. You are asking, right?
written. Yeah,
Uh,
that's not inside the catch block. That's
so yeah,
outside
there is
the.
a rule. Rules is there. I will tell you that one.
Mm.
Next point is that one only. Okay. Let's suppose now I'm getting the value here. I want to return this value here only. So instead of the last statement, I want to return my value here only. So let me see now what happened. Did compiler is allowing? See, there is an error. See, did you
Mm-hmm.
notice what it's telling? The method must return a results of int type.
Okay, okay.
So why we are returning the integer, but it is telling still we have to return an integer. It is telling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why it is telling? Say for instance, this is first line.
Mm-hmm.
After this is the second line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say for instance here there is some exception occurred.
Okay.
Then in that case, did this line will execute?
No.
No. So that's what it's telling. We have to return a value always at the end.
No, 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 no.
I'll tell you that one also. What you were asking. There is a
Okay.
rules is there. What is that? What is that variable name? Index value, right? Now let me see. Now let me see. Now it's compiled successfully, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second rule. Whenever you are trying to return a value, you have to return at the last statement of try block and last statement of catch block.
Okay.
So this is rule number one. Let's suppose, say for instance, this line executed successfully and it load index out of bound exception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the second scenario, you don't want to keep your return statement at the last.
Yes.
So there is an alternate way. So the alternate way is if you don't want to keep your return statement at the end, you have to keep your return statement inside every catch block.
Okay.
So you do why every catch block? I will tell you. So now compiler successfully, it will compile. There is no
Okay.
error. Why every catch block? So whenever you are executing this piece of code, we don't know what kind of exception it will come.
Mm-hmm.
Either exception will come or not, we have to return something always.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we are trying to return value from all catch block. At one point of time, at always only one exception will come. Multiple exceptions JVM will not throw.
Okay.
So you got it right now?
Yes. No, no, no. What I was asking is, I mean, we want to return the value only if one particular exception happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that is not possible. Then what
Okay.
about if the exception occurred in other scenario? You
Mm.
have to return something, right? Always. You have
Yes.
mentioned here int. Int means you have to return a zero or something always.
Okay. Okay. Now I understood.
So that's what I'm telling. You have to return exception. You have to return something in all catch blocks, whatever it's at any point of time. JVM will throw an exception, only one type of exception at a time,
Got it.
either array index out of bound or arithmetic or exception, any one. It will not throw multiple exceptions.
Okay.
It's not possible.
Mm.
Meaning you can able to return integer, only one integer. Does it possible like integer comma string?
No.
So that's what I'm telling. So JVM will return only one exception at a time.
Mm.
That we don't know.
Got it.
So that is based on your logic, and it's based on your failure scenario. It will return, and that value we have to receive it, and you have to say some message, and you have to return based on the. That is up to you. So
Mm.
that is based on your logic. You can write some logic here if you want,
Okay.
and you can try to get the index again one more time here. So for
Yes.
instance, here user is passing 4. Now you can remove one number from the user, and you can
Mm.
try to get the index, and you can pass it.
Yes.
So say for instance, user is passing 4. Does 4 index is there?
No.
No. Now what I'm trying to do, I don't want to return 0. I want to return. I'm trying to remove -1 from the user input, and after that I'm trying to get the index value.
Mm-hmm.
So this is some other logic I'm writing in my catch block.
Okay.
Okay, now let me run it. See now what happened. Please don't pass more than 3, but still I'm returning the value. How can I get this value?
By using the return.
So inside catch block, what I am doing, index -1.
Yes.
So what is the index value I'm passing?
4.
4. 4 minus 1,
3.
3. What is the 3 value?
7. Okay.
7.
Okay.
So this is the extra logic. So this is just I'm telling. So based on your research, so you can write your own logic inside catch block, and you can return it.
Got it. Got it.
So
Okay.
so again here also there is a possible, I mean, right, try catch block, array index out of bound.
Yes. Yes.
So here also if you want, you can write try catch.
Oh, okay. So we can use nested
You can
statements.
use, yes, you can use. So here also you can write try
Mm.
catch. The possible exception is array index out of bound exception.
Got it.
You dot get message.
Got it.
So here also you can use, why? Because here you have to use same variable name
Okay.
x. So this is another, say for instance here now I'm passing as a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So now let me run it and you will see. See now what is telling, please don't pass index more than 3.
Mm.
And this is the, we are displaying a message, right? Get message, sorry.
Mm.
Now let me run it. See now first message, please don't pass index more than 3.
Mm.
So I'm calling get message, e dot get message. It's returning the index number. Whatever the index you are trying to pass, it is trying to return the index message.
Mm.
So you are passing 5, right? So
Yes.
5 minus 1, 4.
Mm.
Did fourth index is there?
Mm.
No. So
No.
that's what it is failing. When you are trying to second time also you are trying to retrieve the index value, but still it is failing. So
Got
the
it.
message is there is no fourth index. So
Got it.
that's what the message.
Okay.
So finally you are trying to return 0.
Okay.
So inside the catch you can able to write try catch. Inside the finally also, if you are doing any critical operation, you can able to write try catch.
Okay.
So this is the rules of return and try catch, finally, the order.
Got it.
This is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me show you some other example. So far these exceptions like array index, out of bound exception, arithmetic exceptions are like a runtime exceptions.
Okay.
Means we are not able to find anything at the compile time. Only when you are running the program, then only we can able to predict. Yeah, I mean this line is failed, this line is failed.
Okay.
Okay, let me write some other example, simple example for compile time exception.
Okay.
So simple class I have written compile exception demo, and I selected the checkbox and finish it. Okay, this is a simple public static void main. And just a second. Okay, this is a simple class, right? Compile exception demo. So inside that, right, what I want to do, so what I want to do here, I want to get my database connection.
Yes.
So for the purpose, I'm trying to write a method public void get db connection.
Okay.
So inside that, if anybody will call this method, it should return a db connection statement.
Yes.
So okay, how to get a connection? For time being, just you can see these lines whenever I'm trying to explain how to connect with Oracle database and how to retrieve the records, how to update it. So that time, I mean, I will explain more. I mean, this how to connect database. Okay. For time being, just you can try to keep something in your mind. Okay.
Okay.
Class dot for name. Here I need to pass db jar. See there, I have written only one line here. Class dot for name. Compiler is failing.
Okay.
See, it is telling there is some red line. See, let me see the red line. What is telling? Unhandled exception type class not found exception. So it is telling you are not providing any exception handling for this line.
Oh, okay. So you can create one just like that.
Yes, yes. Compiletime itself, it is telling you have to provide some exception handling here. Otherwise, compiler will not allow to execute this program.
Okay.
So this is an example for Compiletime exception.
Okay. Okay.
We can have to predict this kind of exception when you're writing the program itself.
Okay. Okay.
So now you know, right, what is the exception? Class not found exception. Class not found exception. So what I had to do, I had to write try open bracket, close bracket, and I had to keep this statement under try. And what is the exception type? Class not found.
Yes.
Catch.
Exception, right?
Class not found exception ex. So here you can display unable to find this class. Okay.
So what is the name? Class dot for name?
Yeah, I will tell you later. Com dot abc dot my class. So this is a class path, right? Package name after class name, right?
Yes.
Com dot abc, it's a package name, and the finally is class name.
Okay.
So what is the purpose of this line? You know, it will create an object for you. Whatever package you are giving, whatever class name you will give, it will try to create an object for that one.
Okay.
This anyway I will see more about in future topic. There is a topic called reflection API.
Okay. Okay.
So that time we will see more, and whenever we are seeing the topics about the database connection, so that time I will explain more about this statement.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. For time being, you can just assume this is the line or this is the keyword. It is used to create an object.
Okay.
For what class you are passing? So for this particular class, it will try to create an object, and it will give back to you as a parent object. For every object, for every class, what is the super class? Object class.
Okay, got
So
it.
that's what I'm saving the object into object class. And the second rule is, so whenever you are executing this program, right, it will look for this class.
Okay.
Does this class is here?
No.
No. So then what will happen? It will throw an exception and it will display unable to find this class.
Got it.
So, but we can able to predict this kind of exception at compile time itself. So then we are providing try catch. Now I can able to compile successfully. So let me run it. Static. So now I can able to call this one, right? So now I'm trying to run this program. Let me see what I will get. So unable to find this class. Why? Because this class is not there, right?
Yes.
So now let me write this class. Com.exception exception demo. So we have to give full package plus class name. Com.exception. Inside that, which class we are looking? Exception demo.
Yes.
So now let me run it and we will see whether I can able to run successfully or not. See, now did you see any exception?
No.
Means the statement executed successfully.
Got it. Okay.
If you want to see, there is some other more topic is there, how to retrieve my own object.
Okay.
Get class. Now let me run it. So this is not the right way to retrieve, and there is so many other methods is there. We will see slowly one by one. Okay, this is the example for a compile time exception.
Got it.
Okay, and there is so many exceptions is there when you are handling files. I will show you some other examples. When you are handling database connections, there is some other compile time exceptions is there.
Okay.
So that time I will give more examples for compile time exceptions.
Okay.
There are around some 15. I can able to show you 15 type of compile time exceptions.
Okay.
So this is the difference between compile time exception and runtime exception.
Got it.
And the next one is tomorrow what we will see as per our notepad. This one you are clear, right?
Yes.
And tomorrow we will see the error.
Okay.
And how to create that out of memory error, when it will come, how to handle that scenarios.
Got it.
And after that we will see our own exceptions.
Okay.
How to create my own exceptions.
Okay, custom exceptions. Okay.
Yes, custom exceptions. Instead of every time we are using class not found, I don't want to see this mess. I want to see a proper my own business logic related method.
Got it.
So that one we will see tomorrow.
Okay.
So far it's clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I will upload this video into YouTube. Just have a look, and we will see rest of the topics tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow, I may not be able to attend. I'm not very sure because I will not be in town.
Okay.
Okay, I will let you know if I can come online.
Yeah, fine. Just let me know at 8 o'clock or 7:30. So anyway, 7:30 you can able to tell, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 7:30. At 7:30 you can just drop me a message whether you will be available or not.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, thanks.